Today we're starting our business plan project and starting with the first section. But first we need to kind of review what the project is going to look like as a whole. So here are all of the sections that will be within your business plan. Some of them are long, some of them are very short. It just depends. Most of these will just take one day and one of them will take a few days. But this is what ultimately we are going to produce, a business plan with all of these sections. So each day will look about the same. We will lecture or do some kind of activity at the beginning of class, so usually about the first 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and you'll take some notes. And then we will have time to work on our business plan. So the time to work will vary each day, but you should never really have homework. You want to make sure that you keep up on your business plan, but if you get a little bit behind, then you just work on it the next day and it's not a big deal. I'll make sure that you're on track as well. So 3 days a week we'll work on the plan. Then 1 day a week will be a work day, a catch-up day, a day where I can read your business plan, make sure that you're on track, make sure that it is what I'm expecting of you. So I ask that on the 3 days of work that you just kind of work, and then on the fourth day, that's when you can ask me a lot of questions and have me read your plan. So obviously, general questions every day are more than welcome to come to me. But if you actually want me to sit down and read your plan, that needs to happen on our work day. We'll have Shark Tank days throughout the project, just a couple here and there, just to kind of take a break from this really massive project. And then we'll have a rough draft due when we go through all the sections. You'll meet with me individually so I can read your plan and make sure that it's good, you're not missing anything. And then your final version will be due. Then we will prepare a presentation. Then we will present. And then we'll take a little tiny business plan quiz. All right, so first things first, we need to set up a new document. So go into Docs and create a new document. And I want you to title it Business Plan and your name. Business Plan, first name. Once you have that set up, go ahead and open up your notebook. Okay, so do you have your notebooks open? Okay, so in your notebook, we need to create a new section that's called Business Plan Unit or Business Plan. And we need to link these two documents together so that you can find it very easily. So you can choose to link it on whatever words you want. Maybe just business plan is the easiest way. We're going to be taking notes in your notebook, but completing the project in the document that you just created from scratch. So we need both of those opened at the same time every day. Do you remember how to link them all together? If you don't, let me know and I'll come around and help. Okay, so on the blank document, if you have the name of your business, you're going to want to put that at the top, centered. If you do not, you need to put company name in parentheses. As in, I will figure out a company name later. So very, very top, centered, company name, or if you know what your company name is, insert it there. Okay, then after that, each section is going to be bolded and underlined, left justified, so on the left side, normal justified, and it's going to be underlined. And we'll get to the first section in just a second. Okay?
Underlined and bolded?
Underlined and bolded. Each section, yes. I'm going to come around, once we get going, I'll come and make sure you understand the formatting. Okay? Once you have that, go back to your notes. We'll touch that document when we get started, and I'll come around and double check you understood what I said, because I don't have an example up here. Okay. So first things first, you have to have a business idea. So like we covered yesterday, a business is meant to solve a problem. Once we have come up with our business idea, which you all do, and I love all of these ideas, I think they're great, you have to decide what type of business you are. So you're either a service business, a product business, or a retail business. So retail sells things, sells multiple different kinds of things. So what would be like a retail type of business? Walmart, Target, Quickies, okay? Product stores or product businesses just produce one product and they manufacture it and send it out. And service businesses produce a service that you can't hold in your hand. So this is like haircuts. You can hold the hair, but you can't hold the haircut. So it is a service business. So raise your hand if you think you are a service business. Yes. Yep. Arcade, definitely. Fun center, you're a service business too. Okay? What about a product manufacturing business, producing just one product? Okay? All right, what about retail? Yeah. Yes. Yep. Okay. So I think you're all on the right track. Very good. This will go into your business plan. So, what's the point? Why would someone start a business plan? Why do we need to create business plans? Fail to plan, plan to fail. Fail? Have you ever heard that term before? You can't just I think I'm going to start a business. I'm not going to write any of it down. I'm not going to plan it out. I'm just going to start. Let's see where we go. That probably wouldn't work very well because you're going to have a lot of mistakes along the way, and you need to be able to work those out before you spend any money, right? So there's a couple of different reasons why you need a business plan. Financing. So if you want financing from a bank, you have to have a business plan to show them that you understand what you're getting yourself into and you have a plan for any issues that arise. Yes? Not yet. Good question. Okay, so if you would need financing from family, they might want to see it. From business partners, you have to create one together, and definitely from banks. If you're trying to get advertising firms to work for you and produce advertising for your business, they need to see your business plan. They need to see what you're trying to accomplish within your business. It keeps the business on track, so it makes sure that you are following what your original plan was. And your business plan changes over time. So it's not just a static document you create one time. It's something that you constantly come back to make sure that your business is doing well. All right, so here is where we start our notes. So our first section is the business description. So first section, this is in our notes, not on our business plan, in our notes. So in our notes, this is what the business description is. It provides an in-depth overview of your business, and it is information that is not listed anywhere else on the business plan. So this is the point of this section. Okay? All right, so the first section of the business description provides basic data about your business. So you don't have to write all of this down. You can condense it and just make a list. So the first part of the business description needs to include the location, the name of the owner, the general business type, such as retail, service, manufacturing, as well as your chosen business structure. So let's talk about the structure in just a second. I'm going to let you take some notes and then let's chat. So we've already listed some of this information on that information sheet that we did yesterday, okay? But this is where we're really going to put it into play. So I don't know if we've talked about these 3 business structures yet, but we can kind of guess what they are based on the words that are presented. So what would a sole proprietorship business be? What kind of business? One owner, okay? So a business with one owner is a sole proprietorship. That's probably going to be most of your businesses. Just a sole proprietorship, it's just owned by one person. What would a partnership be? 2. Good. And what is a corporation? So a corporation, if you remember, there is no owner technically. The business runs on its own, and there can be shareholders within the business. So you sell stock for the business. I've never really had anyone do a business plan for a corporation because it gets really tricky. But feel free to be the first if you really want. But most people choose to do a sole proprietorship or a partnership. Okay, so these are the things that need to be in the first part of your section. Don't worry, I have an example of what this looks like if you're panicking. Don't worry, I have an example. Okay, so it needs to have this first part needs to have your business name, location, who the owner is, the general business type, and your business structure. We're going to put that all in paragraph form. Okay, the second part of this is a short history of your business. This can be a description of how you came up with the idea, and give some kind of background knowledge to why this company was started. So what problem is it solving? Why did you create this business? This part is 100% made up, right? Because this business doesn't exist. You can choose to have a business that is just getting started or one that's been around for a couple of years. It's totally up to you. You'll see how to word that in just a second. Okay, the next section, this is the last section of the business description, discusses the specific product or service that you plan to sell. You can also say what kind of competitive advantage you have, but don't get too far into that. But what is special about your business, really? So you're not just going to say, I'm planning on selling TVs. Whoop-de-doo, everybody sells TVs. What's different about your product that would make people want to buy it? Okay. So now I have an example slide that I leave up while you guys are working. So the example slides have a blue background. Every time we talk about a section, I will show you an example. It's going to be the same running business plan that I created a couple of years ago. So the example business is a flower shop in La Junta, and this is a realistic business because it's a pipe dream for me and my sister-in-law. If you've ever had Mrs. Grover as a sub, that's what I'm talking about. Her and I have talked about this business for many years. It's probably never going to happen, but it's fun to dream, right? So let's look at this business description. La Junta, Colorado is a small town with a handful of stoplights, a limited array of services, and only one flower shop. This flower shop is nearly 30 years old and currently serves all the needs in the La Junta area for funerals, proms, weddings, and holiday needs such as Mother's Day, Easter, and Christmas. This flower shop is outdated and exhausted. Happiness, that can be arranged. That's the name of our company. Cool name, huh? Cool name. Ooh, yeah. Good job, Ms. Schroeder. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Okay, Happiness, that can be arranged, is a business that aims to refresh the flower industry in La Junta. Happiness, so I now abbreviate it, is a partnership between Chelsea Grover and Snowy Schroeder, which aims to begin operation in January of 2020. Ooh, that didn't happen. Happiness aims to open for operation by obtaining the existing flower shop in La Junta and reestablishing the business by renovating the building and changing the business model. Chelsea and Snowy both have a keen eye for detail. Both partners have degrees in the area of business and finance, as well as years of experience in the creative sector. They came up with the business idea after hearing of a need from the community for a fresh new flower shop with more modern offerings. As lifelong residents of the Arkansas Valley, Chelsea and Snowy have a deep passion to see businesses flourish in the area. Happiness plans to have an edge over competitors by offering promotions during peak seasons, offering flower arrangement classes, and offering discounts to loyal customers. Our floral arrangements would be modern, colorful, and appealing to all age groups. So, that business description includes all of this information that we just talked about. It has where the company is, La Junta, the name of the company, Happiness, that can be arranged, the structure of the company, what is the structure? Sole proprietorship, partnership, or corporation? Partnership. Okay. When is it going to be established? January of 2020. I should probably go back and change that. And what makes it different? New, refreshed, modern. Very good. Okay, so all of that added together is these 4 paragraphs. So while you are working, feel free to ask me to pull these up so you can read it. Just be careful not to copy it. It needs to be in your own words. Your business is completely unique. But this is just an idea of what the business description is supposed to look like. Okay? So it starts with our background. It goes into a partnership. It talks about how we're going to kind of make this happen, the reason why we wanted to start the business, and what we're going to do different to make ourselves more competitive. Okay? So this is just a brief description. This could change as you work on your business plan. It could evolve and change just a little bit. But this is where we start. Okay? What questions are there about this section? Any questions? It's not too bad. This first one, not too bad. If you did not finish your information sheet yesterday, you need to do that first. Finish that information sheet because that's going to be really important information as we complete our business plan. Okay? Okay, if there's no questions, go ahead and get to work. You have 40 minutes to do this first section. Yes?
So the first section is business description?
Business description, yes.
And is there like
Yeah,
Roman numerals
just like
or-
this. We're not going to number the sections. It will just have a heading. So if you see my heading here, business description, and then you start below it. Okay? I'm going to come around right now and make sure that your formatting looks good on your business plan. Okay? Any other questions? Good question. Okay. I'm going to stop this.